Hey everybody, it's Sonjdradeluxe. Can I get a hell yeah? Yeah. Today I wanted to do a video that is very heavily dedicated to brows. Not so much a brow tutorial because I kind of lightly touch on how I do my brows in every video I do my brows, but I wanted to talk a little bit more about the shape, the placement, and making it work for people who are creating a brand new shape like myself. Benefit has come out with the POWmade brow pomade. It's got some really cool features in there that makes it easy to do. But the reason why I love it is because I have no hair and I need something long wearing. This is 36-hour wear. I'm going to talk about it in the video. We're going to do this whole glam, and all of it has to do with my eyebrows and the shape and the placement and why I do what I do. Thank you to Benefit for partnering with me in this video, and especially with my crazy brows. Like, what an honor. So if you want to see how to get the look, stay tuned. So one of my most important things with makeup and how I decide to plan everything with makeup is for my eyebrows, because I feel like it really frames my face, and a lot of people have the same way of thinking, maybe not even with knowing it. A lot of people will do their eyebrows first as their first step of makeup. I will always do it after my foundation and concealer, like I have it right now, just because my face is lighter than my body, so I like to just get a base of my foundation color underneath first, and then I just like the blending time that I get by doing my eyebrows as my third step, I guess. When I do my contour, highlight, eyeshadow, everything is framed around the way that I do my brows. My eyebrows are not a lot. I was like a 2000s person, you know. I grew up in the time where you pluck them all out. Luckily I was able to grow some back, but I just think in general I don't have a lot of eyebrows, so I put a lot of work and emphasis into my brows. So let's get started. So we have the Benefit POWmade brow pomade, and what's really cool about this is that it's 36-hour wear. There's a little area here, like I always wipe my extra product on the sides of my hand, but it does waste a lot of product. This little ridge here allows you to scrape the extra bits of product off without wasting a bunch of product, and it's built right in, so I don't have to walk around with my eyebrows on my hand anymore. So I have the shade 4, which is a warm brown. I like warm colors just because I do my foundation first. When I do no foundation and I just put my brow products on, it does go warmer. So if you're just doing it on bare skin and not over top of foundation, keep that in mind when choosing your shade. But I feel like it's good to go a shade or two lighter than your natural brow hair, and just so it can kind of mix in with your skin tone and your brow hair. Wipe off the excess. OMG, that's cool. So I can get a nice fine tip instead of doing it on my hand like I normally do, like this, which was my first thing that I did because I'm so used to it. Also, another tip, whenever you're using brow products like this, I always like to let it rest on your counter upside down like this. That way air can't get in and dry it out when you are applying it. But this is a non-drying formula as well. These are actually in a plastic container, which is really unique because a lot of brow pomades, they dry out really fast, so they have to be in glass. And from my experience, this does not dry out the same, so this is really cool. I'm excited to see how it ages over time, but I know that on your brow, sometimes when you're putting products on, it can kind of roll and flake into each other or get really hard and crispy like this one right here, and then you can't use it anymore and it's just basically crumbs. So this is non-drying qualities to it. This is also smudge proof, which I like because I don't actually have any eyebrow hairs like on the end of my brow, but I draw them there. So with this, I'm just going to take the end of the brush and brush my hairs upwards. My eyebrows are curly, so they have a hard time sticking up sometimes, but a good brush does the trick. And what I'll do is just go along the bottom row of hair really lightly and flick it up into my brow. This to kind of fill in any gaps and make my brow hair look great. And then for the end, I'm just gonna do little swipes to elongate my brow, as you can see, pulling it out much further than where it needs to go. And then I'm gonna do kind of swipes in certain areas. And I always like to go a little bit below my brow line, so I have lots of room to carve stuff out. But this will give them a bit of a fluffier look as well. You see that? Look at the difference between how little brow I have and how much I draw on, which is why it's mad important for me to have smudge proof. You want to be that gal with one eyebrow on, and just drawing strokes in the same direction that my hair grows and combing it through so it's nice and fluffy. sexy. And then I'll just go through and darken, make hair strokes in the parts where I don't have any hair, so it looks a little bit more natural, using just the side of the brush. Yeah. And I always like to make my eyebrows look much thicker than how I want them to be, because I like to sculpt my brows out after with a little bit of concealer and also put a little line in them. So always go a little thicker and fuzzier, and always just starting where you want the most product, making little hair strokes on this side, filling in any gap, letting my hairs shine where they are. Look at the difference. I'm gonna go in with the GimMe Brow. This is just a little mini baby one. So cute. Just to give my brows a little bit of help, to help them keep in place and to give the fullness fantasy that I want. Oh yeah. Look at how this transforms my face. So one thing I want to bring up too is I like an angled brow a little bit straighter, because when I'm thinking about doing my contour where my eyebrows go, I want everything to come to a point, which is right at my temples. So I'm doing my eyeliner, it comes here, my eyebrows end here, my contour will end here, my blush, highlight, everything kind of drifts up into this area to kind of lift it and slim the face. And it just makes everything look bigger. So when I'm doing my eyeshadow, I usually pull it out to the end of where my eyebrow ends. And same with here. If I were to do that with my eyebrows like this, it would just end here. And I love my elongated kind of pulled out looks that slims the face, contours the face. Same thing with the contour. Contour on this brow, I could just like do it right here. Whatever, that's cute, snatched. But here though, we're gonna be pulled and it just looks really beautiful. So it's my favorite way. I've always had crazy eyebrows my whole life. So if it doesn't move, then it's even better. Now I'm gonna sculpt my brow because it is quite thick. And I also put a line in my brow, so I've actually cut a slit in my brows. So I'm just gonna open it up real quick with some concealer mixed with foundation. Like that. Hope for the best. Hopefully it's even-ish. Open it up a little bit. There we go. And I like to roll a little bit underneath to continue to lift my brow and then sculpt it into its final shape. Just give it a little lifty and then go on the top too. Make it a little thinner, so a little thick. I always go through these phases where I make my mom told me the other day an inch thick, and then I think they look so bomb at the time, and then I look back and I'm like, oh my god, those were thick. But you know what, I'd rather do that than never live my life and just do what I think is, you know, what everyone else will like. I need to feel like a sexy biatch at all times, no matter how crazy it is. At least I know it's what I liked, and that makes me feel good, because I love looking back on old photos of people and like, you know, they thought that that was like the baddest of all time, but it's like a timeline of being yourself, you know what I mean? So that's why I always think, like, if you want crazy brows, just go for it. Make sure there's freaking smudge proof 36-hour wear, which is tight. Never seen that in a brow product before. 36-hour wear, that means if you have too much fun and you don't take off your makeup, which you shouldn't do, you can do the walk of shame the next morning looking gorgeous. Or with gorgeous brows anyways. Oh yeah, we're lifted. And I just like to open it up a little bit. Look at this. I also just want to show you this on my hand. The smudge proof, like, it's not even on my hand. Like, she's not coming off. The only one that's on my hand is from earlier when I got it over here, but I'm not rubbing there. She's staying. Before I do my other eyebrow, I'm just gonna contour and show you the difference of what it looks to frame your face with your brows first. So I'm gonna go into my Dr. Male Eye Skin Finish by MAC and do my contour again, thinking of where I want everything to be kind of pinched up here. So I'm gonna do that in an upward motion towards that area where my eyebrows kind of end. Bloop. Same thing with the little chin vibes. Singular chin vibes now. Gonna go around the forehead. I'm just gonna show you what it looks like on this side. I'm gonna contour as if my eyebrow is done like that, but I just want you to look at the difference on how eyebrows can even change the way that your contour looks. Around the brow, I mean forehead, and I guess around the brow, chin. See how everything looks snatched and pulled up and like fierce? This side is kind of like, oh. It's like my contour almost looks more intense on this side. Now, same thing with the nose contour. I'm gonna imagine this kind of lifting motion here. So going from, oh, I should look underneath the brow and pulling it down to where I normally contour my nose. Same thing over here, down on the side. I always turn up the end a little bit. No, turn up. But when I go into contour my crease, which is how I always start my makeup, same thing, I'm following the line of where my brow kind of ends. So winging it out in the same way. And lo and behold, contour, eye contour, brow, they all kind of come to this one point, which is why I'm obsessed with doing my brows first. And it makes things a little easier when you're going in for contouring. So I'll do the same thing on this side. It's a little more difficult to get the vibe because this one just kind of ends here, so it looks a little strange. Maybe we'll lift it a little bit, but it's just good to have that guideline of the brow there for you. Again, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do my other brow and then we're gonna follow the same kind of shape that we've done with the brow contours and all of that. BRB. Forgot to turn my light on over here again, so like hopefully that's better. Anyways, since it's coming to the end of summer, sadly we're gonna be getting into fall makeup. Let's just do one more blast, a little, you know, color. Let's do some makeup to complement our eyebrows. We've got our contour pop and our little crease shade. I'm going to get into my Juicy Boost palette. I've used this lots of time. And this sweet potato color here, and I'm just going to, this was also going to bring out the kind of shape of our brows as well, just darkening it in here. I feel like it gives a really nice fierce looky for the brows, just lightly, a little bit in the crease, not too crazy. We've already got our transition color in there, the nose contour, darken it up a little bit. Gonna take our concealer again, and again following the shape of our brows. I've done this lots of times on my channel, but just kind of opening up the crease and where I want it to end. Sometimes I'll let it go down in the same shape that the brow goes, and sometimes I'll just leave it kind of open. But you see how that line is following the same shape as my brows? Just brighten up my lid like that. So now this is going a little bit down and I want it to go in the same direction as my brows, so I'll just flick it up a little bit so they kind of meet, just like that, which is also going to help to lift the face. Gonna open up in here a little bit too, just using like the tiniest bit of concealer too. Next, with the same brush, I'm gonna go into this minty color right here called Cucumber Avocado. And actually, wait, first, I'm gonna go into the white. A little bit of white in there. I'm just using the same brush that I used in the crease. I'm gonna go inner and outer just to brighten it up a bit. And then I'm gonna go in with Cucumber Avocado, this one right here, over top, just so it's nice and bright. Oh, this is cute. And we can let that kind of fade into the shape that we did with the concealer, lightly blending. I really like that. And then I'm gonna take this dark shade called Kill Yeah and do like the smallest little wing. Again, following the line of where our eyebrows kind of end. And this is just gonna elongate my eyes ever so slightly. Not doing too much, just a little bit of depth. I still want that pop of green to be there. Following the shape of my brow, just slightly. So we're imagining this pull right here for contour, whoop, brow, liner, shadow, we ready. And instead of touching it up with concealer, you can touch it up with the light color again and just like kind of carve it out. Want to make it sharper. Cute! Oh, we have to do the whole other side. Oh no. Other eye is done. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. I'm gonna go in with the Benefit They're Real mascara. Give me some length. Not too concerned about the top lashes because I'm putting falsies on off. And I'm gonna do the bottom right meow too. I just like how this makes your lashes look really separated and like long. This reminds me, I have to get this mascara that I really like. The Bad Gal Bang mascara from Benefit is really bomb. One of my faves, but I used it a lot. Next, I'm gonna use some lashes that also follow our invisible pull that we created with our eye breezies. Aurora Lashes by Rokel Beauty. Brand spanking new. I think they're my last pair of new ones, so I better treat them very kindly. These are also facing the direction that my eyebrows go, which is why I love these lashes so much. Lifty. I'll give them a little pinch. I'm gonna get into some blush right quick. Same thing, pulling it in the direction that we've made this pull line for our brows. Oh yeah, get a little across the tip. I'm gonna use the Hank & Henry Beauty Glow Bandit highlight, obviously well loved, for a nice little highlight, just subtle. Or do you look glowy? My lips have been so freaking dry. I'm gonna use this Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics lip liner. This one's in called Hot Tea. Just for some line, because probably gonna do a gloss, let's be real here. And I just want a little color correcting. So my lips are a bit tanned. Should I do a lip balm? It's a really nice color. I think we need a gloss because my lips are very dry right now. I'm gonna use my Fenty Pro Kisser lip balm. I love this stuff. All this time I've had it and I've kept the applicator white because usually I put it on my finger and then put it on. Cool, let's take all the hair down. Let's see what we're working with. Alrighty, that completes the look and I hope that that explains a little bit more in depth why I do the brows I do at any given time. And because I have no hair, I love that the POWmade is 36-hour wear because usually pomades stick better to people who have hair. So if you don't like me and you're extending your eyebrow quite more dramatically than its natural shape, it's definitely a loves for me. Thank you to Benefit for partnering with me on this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and follow. Love yourself, stay pretty, and I'll see you again in the next video. Take care.